Okay, so whenever you start your reading test, first of all, you have to read the title. The title is Customer Reviews of Cafes in the Town of Artingley. Now, Artingley is the name of the town. We are not concerned about it. We are only concerned with this customer reviews of cafe. Like there are cafeterias and customers have given their review about cafeterias. A to F, we have cafeterias. Then please come to next page. We have questions here. Questions 1 to 5. Look at the 6 reviews of cafes in the town of Artingley, A to F, on pages 83 and above. For which cafe are the following statements true? So there are 5 statements and we have to match them with the cafes. And how many paragraphs do we have? 2, 4 and 6 paragraphs. 5 questions and 6 paragraphs. What does it mean? One paragraph will go without any answer. Okay, like this. Now for this type of questions, it's a good idea that you skim read one paragraph and then you come to questions and read the questions. And remember, in reading, your imagination will help you a lot. If I imagine there are 5 cafes, like I go to cafes and I know about cafes. So if I imagine 5 different cafes and customer review about them, some would say coffee is good, some would say environment is good and all that. So if your imagination is on while doing reading, you can retain more information. Retain means you can keep it in your mind. What you imagine, you can actually remember that. So please come to the first paragraph. Decor of this cafe is great. Underline decor and great. But why don't the owners make it easier to queue up? Underline queue up. What does it mean? Queuing up is not good. I mean, people go there and there is no proper queue and there is a crowd of customers and all that. There is so little space around the counter that everyone is squashed together. Squashed together means, like we say, bande pe banda chada hota hai, itna rush hota hai, like that. Everyone is squashed together when they order. Now you can improve your vocabulary. Everyone is squashed together. For example, you can say in the shopping malls, everyone is squashed together, right? I also recommend checking that there is somewhere to sit when you go in, as it can get very crowded. So there is no place to sit. People are squashed in there. There's no proper place to queue up, and the decor is great. Now we keep it in mind. And you know, when I was reading, I was imagining a cafe where people are squashed up and all that. Now we come to questions. Question number 1, cup sizes are more generous. Underline cup sizes more generous. Did they talk about cups? No, but somewhere they will talk about cups. Now look here, look here. Cup sizes are generous. Now, cup sizes are generous means sometimes you go to the cafe and the small cup is very small. And sometimes you go to the cafe and the small cup is large, right? Large cup is really big. So that is what we say, cup size is generous. Even if you buy small coffee, it is big cup, okay? Next, option 2, recent changes are likely to have negative impact. Underline recent changes, negative impact. Now in paragraph A, did they talk about recent changes, negative impact? No. Option C, it needs better signage for customers. Underline better signage. Now let me tell you what is signage. You need to understand. You know, signage is that you have proper billboards, proper signs. Okay, for example, you go to a cafe, there is a board, the name of the cafe is written, right? That is what we call signage. And no signage means there is no board. It is hard to find the cafe. It is somewhere without any signboard or billboard. So that is what we call signage. Next, question number 4, it has a strong local customer base. Underline strong local customers. So local people come there. Number 5, it deserves public praise it has received. So deserves public praise received. Now actually they praised, so the cafe actually deserves it. It's really good. Now so far, did any question match with paragraph A? No. Now we will keep the questions in mind and we will go to paragraph B. Cafe lingo. Local media are right in saying that this cafe makes the best cup of coffee in town. Which question? Local media are right in saying that this cafe makes the best cup of coffee in town. Excellent. Question number 5. It deserves the public place. Local media are right. It deserves the public praise it has received. So question number 5, correct answer is B. Now we read on. But remember to take the time to appreciate the local artwork displayed on the walls. Now, local artwork, not local customers. Never decide the answer on words around you while you are sipping your cappuccino. Now, you're sipping your cappuccino, there is a painting on the wall, there is a sculpture there, that is local artwork. So, nothing else. And one thing you have to do, you need to cross question number 5 as well, so that you don't read it again. Now we have paragraph C, Billy Ding's Cafe. As this cafe had been recommended by someone staying in our hotel, we decided to try it out. Despite being on the first floor, it was already crowded by 10 in the morning. Now the cafe was crowded, and it quickly became clear to us that this is a place that residents in the area use regularly. This is the place that the residents in the area use regularly. Which question number? Question number 4. Well done. That is, it has a strong local customer base. And what is the wording for local customer base? This is a place that residents in the area use regularly. So question number 4, answer is C. And we will cross number 4 as well. Okay, let's read on. Fortunately, a family group left just as we arrived, and we were lucky enough to get table overlooking the street. There we enjoyed some delicious pancakes, which we washed down with the biggest small coffee we've ever had. Biggest small coffee we've ever had. 1. Well done. Biggest small coffee we've ever had means cup sizes are more generous than you might expect. So you might expect means biggest small coffee we've ever had. Like we ordered small coffee, but the small cup was actually large. So question number 1, cup sizes are more generous than you expect. Answer is C. Okay, let's go on. Now D. Drink in the park. No one can deny that this coffee house is located in a beautiful setting. If the outside tables are full, you can simply take your cup of coffee over to one of the many park benches and enjoy it there, which is what we often do. Now, what are we left with? Question number 2, recent changes, negative impact, yes or no? No. Question number 3, better signage? No. Right? So, what will be the answer? Does any question match here? No, there is no question which matches here. Now be careful. 2 paragraphs are left, and how many questions? 2 questions. Next is Chocolata. We've been here several times and always order the same drinks and food. The last few times, however, we've noticed that the rolls have less filling. Now these are changes. Roll, like you have the roll, okay? So roll has less filling, and the coffee tastes watery. Coffee tastes watery means they are adding more water in the coffee. What are they? They are changes. Perhaps the company is trying to cut costs, but this will only lead to customers going elsewhere. So what will happen? Recent changes. What are the changes? Coffee is watery, right? And likely to have negative impact. What is negative impact? Customers will go elsewhere, right? They will say, "Inki coffee mein to pani pani hota hai." Okay. So question number 2, answer is E. And finally, we are left with paragraph F, and one question is left, signage. Let's read it. After a considerable search, we eventually found Cafe Soloit's, tucked away behind an organic grocery store. Now see that after a considerable search means they had to search for the cafe. It was tucked away. Tucked away means छुपा हुआ. Behind an organic grocery store, there was nothing outside to indicate that it was there. Means there wasn't any signage. So question number 3, correct answer is F. That's right. So you've answered these 5 questions. Now we proceed. Next we have Frog Valley development. Frog Valley can be an area, and they're talking about development, creating a better area to meet the needs of the local community. So Frog Valley is an area, and they will talk about developments there. Let's check the questions. Questions 6 to 14. Wow, so many true, false, not given questions. A great opportunity to understand true, false, not given. And in your actual exam, you will get almost 10 to 12 true, false, not given questions. And if you add yes, no, not given also, in total, there will be around 10 to 15 questions which are true, false, or yes, no. Method is same. The good thing is questions and answers are in order. All the answers are in order. Okay, so let's get started. Now, reading the question is very important. You need to decide after reading the question whether the answer is going to be true, false, or not given. I tell you how. Builders have already started work, underline have already started work on the new primary school. Now listen, if builders have already started work on new primary school, answer is true. If they have not started work, they will start in the future. Answer is false. And if they don't tell us whether the work has been started or the work will start or not, there is no information, then answer is not given. What is the clue word here? New primary school. Okay, and builders. So let's go back. Second paragraph. Can you see the word school? And then we just read from there. Second paragraph. Okay, I'm reading it from the beginning. An area of land in the southeast corner of Frog Valley has been allocated to the construction of a new primary school, which, if building does go ahead, will accommodate 300 children. They said if building does go ahead. What does it mean? They have not started construction. If building does go ahead means अगर इस पे काम शुरू हो गया तो. If building does go ahead, building means constructing the school. If it goes ahead, it means it has not started. Right? If building does go ahead. So what is the question? The question is building have already started. And there they say if building does go ahead. Does go ahead means it has not started. अगर इस पे काम शुरू हो गया तो means काम शुरू नहीं हुआ. So what is the right answer? Right answer is false. Okay. Now question number 7. The new school will take in children from outside Frog Valley. Now listen, new school will take children from outside Frog Valley. Or if the new school is restricted for the children inside Frog Valley, answer is false. If they take children from inside as well as outside Frog Valley, answer is going to be if they say inside and outside both, then answer is going to be true. If it is only inside, the new school will take children from outside. Yeah, if it is only inside, answer is false. If it is inside and outside, answer is true, otherwise not given. So let's come back, same paragraph. They say, which, I'm reading second paragraph, second line after comma. If building does go ahead, will accommodate 300 children. The size and location of the school mean that admission will not be limited to families who live in the area. Admission will not be limited to families who live in the area. Who live in the area. What does area mean? Frog Valley. So they say admission will not be limited. It means anyone from Frog Valley or outside Frog Valley can get admission. So what should be the answer? Answer is true. The new school will take in children from outside Frog Valley. And for outside Frog Valley, they said admission will not be limited to families who live in the area. Listen, when they say it's not limited to families who live in the area, what does it mean? Yeah, they said will not be limited. When they say will not be limited, it means anybody can come from outside as well. It's the indirect approach. All right, let's go on. Question number 8. There will be an increase in the number of shops. Now, clue word is shops, and we are going to see number of shops will increase or decrease. Third paragraph, there they talk about shopping mall. So please follow me. I'm reading third paragraph. First line, another feature that will bring people together will be the new shopping mall. Plans are to move all the existing local shops, which are currently located in small groups around the site, into one shopping zone. And this will see the addition. Now, addition means there will be more shops. Addition of an organic farm shop and vegan store. So there are 2 more shops. What's the question? Yeah, question is, there will be an increase in the number of shops. Answer is true, because they mentioned 2 types of shops which will be there. So that is going to increase the number of shops. Okay, question number 9. Community center will replace an existing social club building. Now, community center will replace existing social club building. There is a social club building and community center will replace that building. Let's go back. Clue word is community center and social club building. It's the 4th paragraph. A community center will be central to the developments of the site. It will provide. What do they mean by it? Community center. Community center will provide a much needed meeting place for clubs and societies that until now have had to meet wherever they can find a venue. So, what is the question? Community center will replace existing social club building. Actually, social club people, they are going to come to community center. Community center is not going to replace anything. They are going to come. Just read again, please. They mentioned community center will be central to the development of the site. It will provide a much needed meeting place for clubs and societies. So, this community center will provide meeting place to clubs and societies. And the question is, community center will replace existing social club building. It's not going to replace. Before that, they were doing it elsewhere. Now they are going to come to community center. So the answer should be false. Now, we have swimming pool. Swimming pool will be free. Free means without any charge, without any cost. For residents of Frog Valley, clue word is pool or swimming pool. If it is free, true. If there is a charge, false. Otherwise, not given. Can you see the word swimming pool? Okay, 4th paragraph, 3rd last line. The pride of the center will be a multi-gym with swimming pool, something younger residents have been requesting for some time, but that has never been possible due to cost. Now, what is the answer? True, false, or not given? Have they mentioned that the swimming pool is free or swimming pool has got a price? They only mentioned due to cost. Now, which cost? This is the construction cost of swimming pool. But they did not mention anything about the using price of the swimming pool. If you use it, whether you have to pay or you don't have to pay. So what should be the answer? Answer is not given. Well done. This word cost makes it confusing. But this is not the cost of using the pool. This is the construction cost. They said requesting for some time that has never been possible due to cost. Like they did not have money to construct swimming pool and the gym. But using a swimming pool, there is a price of it or not, there is no information on that. Okay, now we go on. Question number 11. Office space will accommodate businesses of different sizes. Different sizes means small businesses, large businesses, and all that. So office space will accommodate businesses of different sizes. Okay, it's the second last paragraph. Look for the word space and all that. So I'm reading it from second line. Second last paragraph, second line after full stop. 20,000 square meters of space will be used to house anything from small startups to large existing local businesses. What does it mean? Any size. Small startups to large existing local businesses. What's the question? Office space will accommodate businesses of different sizes. What is the answer? Answer is true. Different sizes means small startups and the big businesses. Question number 12, business car parking area will be underground. Now, this is the location of car parking area. If it is underground, answer is true. If it is on the ground, answer is false. And if they don't tell us whether it is underground or overground, answer is not given. So let's come back. Same second last paragraph. Look for the word car parking. All right, this says, second last paragraph, second last line. It will be built to the southeast of the site with dedicated car parking for office workers, either within each office area or in a single car park. Have they mentioned that the car park is underground or the car park is on ground or anywhere? There is no information, so what is the answer? Answer is not given. Very good. Question number 13. Health center will offer a wide range of new services. Now, if health center is your clue word, if it is going to offer a wide range of new services, answer is true. If they will offer only one service, okay, answer is false. And if they don't tell us wide range or only one service, then it is not given. So please come back. Last paragraph. Okay, we are reading last paragraph and I'm going to read it from third line after full stop. Healthcare is in the third line. The health center. This would mean adding to the existing building and there are no plans to do this at present. Let's read it from the beginning. This is how we don't understand anything. We read it from the beginning, last paragraph. At our public consultation meeting, some residents asked if it would be possible to include services such as dentistry and various types of medical testing facilities within the health center. Now, this would mean adding to the existing building and there are no plans to do this at present. Range of services, they are dentistry, various type of medical testing, and he said there are no plans to do this at present. What's the question? Health center will offer a wide range of new services. Answer is false because they said there are no plans to do it. So when they don't have any plans to do it, so it will not be done. Question number 13, correct answer is false. Question number 14, at present, there are too few doctors at the health center. Doctors is the clue word, and if the doctors are too few, answer is true. If doctors are so many, answer is false. And if they don't tell us anything about the number of doctors, then it is not given. Last paragraph, second last line. However, it will be possible to see a doctor at weekends and in the evenings, which is a welcome development. Now, have they mentioned? Yes, at present there are too few doctors or too many doctors. There is no information, so the answer is not given. Well done. All right, now we move on to section 2. And the title is Purcell Training Institute. Now they have a training institute and there is a passage. Can you see courses and facilities? All right. After this, we come to questions. Courses, facilities, security, and medical care. Once again, we have a long list of true, false, not given questions. So I told you there will be 10 to 15 questions of true, false, not given out of 40. And then there can be 10 to 15 questions which are completion. Notes completion, summary completion, and all that. And these questions are good because questions and answers are in order. So once you find one answer, you read on, you will find the next answer. So, true, false, not given. Question number 15. All staff have overseas teaching experience. Now, if all staff have overseas teaching experience, answer is true. If some of them have overseas, answer is false. And if they don't tell us all or some, then it is not given. Now look for overseas staff, experience. Well done. Courses, first paragraph. Purcell Training Institute was established, second line. It has a highly trained and experienced teaching staff. Many of them have taught overseas. Now, many of them. Does it mean all? No. So, what is the answer? Answer is false. Well done. So, these words are important. All, some, majority, minority, and all that. Question number 16. All modules are of equal length. For example, all courses are of 6 weeks, all courses are of 2 months. So all modules are of equal length. Now we look for time. Second paragraph, Purcell Training Institute provide courses in 10-week modules. They provide courses in 10-week modules. What does it mean? Does it mean all modules are of equal length? Yes. What is length? 10 weeks. 10 weeks is the length. And they mentioned Purcell Institute provides courses in 10-week modules. 10-week modules means all the courses, they have their duration as 10 weeks. So correct answer is true. All modules are of equal length. What is length? 10 weeks. Right? And what is all modules? All our courses. They mentioned Purcell Training Institute provide courses in 10-week modules. Yeah, okay, let's read on. 10-week module. Most courses, office management, consist of 2 modules. Yeah, but the module, each module is of the same length, and that is 10 weeks. Question number 17. Students are encouraged to take holidays in the 2-week breaks between module. Now, between module, they have 2 weeks break and students are encouraged to take holidays. Now, if they advise students to take holidays, answer is true. If they do not allow them to take holidays, answer is false. And if they don't mention anything, then it is not given. So, please come back, same paragraph. And the word break is in third last line. There is a break of 2 weeks between each module. But since projects or assignments are set for completion in these periods, it is not possible to take vacation during this time. Do they encourage? No, they said it is not possible to take vacations during this time. So correct answer is false. In the question, they say students are encouraged. In the passage, they say it is not possible. Question number 18. Courses may have very different timetables. Now let's go back. Timetables. Courses may have very different timetables. It's the third paragraph of courses where they talk about timetables and all that. Since each course has varying needs, there are not necessarily any set hours for classes across all programs. What is the word for timetables? Set hours. So they say there are not necessarily any set hours for classes across all programs. You will need to consult the timetable for your course, which is printed and all that. So what's the question? Courses may have very different timetables. And what did they say? There are not necessarily any set hours for classes. So not any set hours for classes means courses may have very different timetables. Correct answer is true. That's right. Question number 19. You can still obtain an attendance certificate. Attendance certificate is your clue word. You can still obtain an attendance certificate if you have been absent through illness. Now, for example, if you are absent because of illness, if you can still get attendance certificate, answer is true. If they will not give you attendance certificate, answer is false, otherwise not given. Now please come back. Attendance certificate or certificate is in the last paragraph of courses. Second last paragraph on the page. Please be reminded that Purcell Training Institute cannot provide attendance or achievement certificate for students who have missed part of their course as a result of not reading their own course timetables properly. Legitimate reasons. Now, legitimate reasons are if you are sick or ill. Now we are going to see whether they give that certificate or not. For non-attendance, for example, illness will be given consideration provided that documentary evidence is provided. In this case, achievement certificate only will be issued. Will they give attendance certificate? No, they will give achievement certificate only. Now, what's the question? You can still obtain attendance certificate if you have been absent through illness. Answer is false, because if you've been absent through illness, you will get achievement certificate, but this attendance certificate will not be given. So answer is false. Question number 20, permission is required for students to bring guests into the restaurant. Now they have a restaurant. If you want to bring your friends there, you need to take permission. If permission is required, answer is true. If you can bring them anytime without permission, answer is false. And if they don't mention permission, it is not given. All right, please come to facilities. There they talk about restaurants. The opening times of the snacks bar, coffee lounge, and restaurant are printed below your course timetable. No bookings are required for any of the eating places except the restaurant for Friday and Saturday dinner. The coffee lounge and restaurants are not normally open on public holidays. However, group booking, now have they mentioned anything that you need to get permission when you want to bring the guests? So what should be the answer? Not given. Well done. Question number 21. Coffee lounge is closed in the evenings. Clue word, coffee lounge. Now let's come back. Can you see coffee lounge? Okay, coffee lounge is in the first line. Coffee lounge and restaurants are printed below. No bookings are required for any of the eating places except the restaurant for Friday or Saturday dinner. Coffee lounge and restaurants are not normally open on public holidays. However, a group booking may be made for the restaurant for dinner on such days provided there is minimum number of 20 people. Now, come back. Coffee lounge is closed in the evenings. Have they mentioned anything about the closure of coffee lounge in the evening? So what is the answer? Not given. Because they did not mention whether the coffee lounge is closed in the evening or not. Okay, question number 22. Group of 20 or more can make reservations to dine at the restaurant on public holidays. They mentioned it. Okay, so please come to third last line. However, a group booking may be made. Let's read third last line. Not normally open on public holidays. Now actually on public holidays they are closed. However, a group booking may be made for the restaurant for dinner on such days, provided that there is a minimum of 20 people in the group. So if 20 people book it, then they will open it. What's the question? Group of 20 or more. 20 or more means minimum 20. Okay, group of 20 or more can make reservations to dine at the restaurant on public holidays. What is the answer? Answer is true. Well done. Question number 23. Guests may use the swimming pool. Look for the word swimming pool. Scan it. Yes. Second page, first paragraph, second last line, after $100. Yeah, pool is in the beginning also. The swimming pool is open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and can be used free of charge by all Purcell students who present a valid student enrollment card. Then they talk about swimming pool at the end. Guests of Purcell students are welcome to use the swimming pool but not the gymnasium area. So guests may use the swimming pool. Answer is true. That's right. They mentioned guests of Purcell students are welcome to use the swimming pool but not the gymnasium area. So correct answer is true. Question number 24. Students are unable to enter the institute after 8:30 p.m. Now, if they cannot enter after 8:30, answer is true. If after 8:30 they can still enter, answer is false, otherwise not given. Can you see 8:30? Security, third line. Yes, after 8:30 p.m., the front doors of the institute are locked. What does it mean? It means students are unable to enter the institute. You should read on. Don't decide from here. Okay? Yes. Never decide it like this. Abhi ek baat kahiye, next they will deny it. Let's read on. If you need to gain access to the institute after this time, please contact the caretaker by pressing the doorbell and speaking through the intercom. So what does it mean? After 8:30, you can still enter, but you will have to press the doorbell and speak through intercom, darwaza kholo. Okay, something like that. So the question is, students are unable to enter the institute after 8:30 p.m. False. They can still enter, but they need to ring the doorbell and speak on the intercom and all that. So correct answer is false. Now, if you only read doors are locked, so then it can be different answer. All right, now we go on. We've got the next passage, Purcell Memorial Training Scholarships, 3 offered per year. Now, it's all about a scholarship. They offer a scholarship, and the name of scholarship is Purcell Memorial Training Scholarships, 3 offered per year. Requirement and award. There are only 3 questions, so we will focus them. Answer the questions below. This is called short answer questions. And the good thing is questions and answers are in order. Choose no more than 3 words and or a number from the text for each answer. No more than 3 means maximum 3 with number or without number. Question number 25. To obtain a scholarship, what is the minimum course length? Answer is going to be in number and word. Minimum course length. For minimum, they use the word not less than or anything like that. Well done. First paragraph, second line after full stop. These scholarships are available for full-time study only and are not offered for course of less than 20 weeks duration. So what is minimum course length? 20 weeks. You will not write duration. That is what they are asking. What is the minimum course length? Length means duration. So you will only write 20 weeks. If you write duration, your right answer will be wrong because you're writing an extra word. Yes, but it does not mean that every time you will write 3 words. Read again. No more than 3 words. What does it mean? Maximum 3 words. So if answer contains 1 word, you are not allowed to write 2 extra words. They are in order. Yes, exactly. Question number 26. What do scholarship winners receive towards their airfares if they live over 2,500 kilometers from Sydney? Now, what do scholarship winners receive? 2,500 kilometers is your clue word. Exactly, award, and second line, we have 2,500 kilometers. I'm reading it from the beginning. These scholarships offer return airfares to Australia from your home country, provided that the distance by air from your city of departure to Sydney is not more than 2,500 kilometers. If the distance exceeds means more than 2,500 kilometers, this amount, you will be provided with airline vouchers. Okay, so what do scholarship winners receive? Towards their airfare, if they live over 2,500 kilometers, they receive airline vouchers. Although they will accept only vouchers as well, but it's good to write airline vouchers. Who pays for dependent children to travel? Like if you are going to study and you have children, who is going to pay for dependent children to travel? Second last paragraph. Can you see the word children? Last line. Second last paragraph, last line. Children is your clue word. Who pays for dependent children to travel? Travel costs or support for dependent children are at the scholarship holder's expense. What is the answer? Scholarship holder. Answer is not only holder. Answer is scholarship holder. If you write only holder, it's not clear. Scholarship holder. And you will not write holders, not apostrophe S, because who pays? It's actually scholarship holder. Okay. All right, now we start with the third section, divided opinions. Divided opinions are when people do not agree. I say something else, you say something else, you say something else. This is called divided opinions. Like different people have different opinions. Divided opinions about letting farmland return to its natural state. Now there are divided, some people say we need to return the farmland to its natural state. Some people say no, we need to keep it because population is growing and people need more food and all that. So this is the passage. And luckily the passage is not labeled A, B, C, D. If the passage is labeled A, B, C, D, then they will be type B questions. Type B questions are where questions and answers are not in order. But over here, there is no label, so we will have all type A questions. Questions 28 to 30, summary completion. We can manage it easily. Questions 31 to 36, this is called matching. Now, in the questions, we have the list of statements, and in the box we have list of people, and we have to match the statements with people. And questions 37 to 40, we have multiple choice questions. So where should we start from? First, summary completion. Next, multiple choice, not list. That is very confusing. Next, multiple choice. At least 4 plus 3, 7 questions are answered properly. Then you can take the risk with 31 to 36. Because otherwise, when you're going to be engaged in 31 to 36, time will run out. So the smooth questions are 28 to 30 and then 37 to 40. We will do them first. Now, please come to questions 28 to 30. Complete the summary below. Choose one word only from the text for each answer. Knepp Castle Estate. 10 years ago. Look for 10 years ago. Go back, look for 10 years ago. 10 years means decade. 10 years ago. A decade. Start from first paragraph. Found it? Good. First paragraph, 6th line, after barely a decade. Now this is the location. And we will find the answers here. And another good clue is Knepp Castle Estate. That is the title. Knepp Castle Estate is the title. Now the good thing is, in this one paragraph, you will find 3 answers, which you can do in a couple of minutes without any problem. Now we read the question. Okay, do not read and waste your time. First you need to locate the answer, find the location. Now you read the question. About 10 years ago, the decision was taken to rewild the farmland at Knepp Castle. 10 years ago they did that. Now means present, at present. Now the dash that used to be grown there has disappeared. Now what used to be grown there? Wheat, rice, or anything like that. So please come back. After barely a decade. Found it? Everyone, first paragraph, 6th line. After barely a decade, nature has come back astonishingly quickly. Neat fields of maize have been replaced. Now, fields of maize have been replaced. When something is replaced, it is no more. So what is the answer? Answer is maize. And for disappeared, what is the word for disappeared? Replaced, absolutely. Correct answer is maize. Now, we read question number 29. And the countryside is village area, rural area. And the countryside is more like parts of dash. Countryside is more like parts of what? I'm reading after maize. Maize have been replaced with a landscape that resembles means more like, the typical grasslands of Africa. What is the answer? Answer is not grassland. Grassland is actually the countryside. Answer is not Africa, Africa. English, honey, come on. Africa. Okay. So, correct answer is Africa. English, okay? Africa. Yeah. Let's go on. The hedges surrounding the fields have been allowed to expand, and deer. Now, it can be your clue word, deer. It's not that deer you say dear sir or madam. It's the other deer. Deer can be seen running among the wildflowers. The estate hosts the largest number of dash. Estate hosts largest number of dash of a particular species. It means answer is going to be bird or animal or plant. Largest number of dash of a particular species in the whole country, and bird numbers are increasing. Now come back, same paragraph. I'm reading after Africa. Original narrow-clipped hedges, found it? Original narrow-clipped hedges that edge the farmland are now 8 meters wide, and deer race through ragwort, thistles, and other weeds in the meadows. The estate boasts, now boast means they host, more of the unusual purple emperor butterflies than anywhere else in Britain. More butterflies than anywhere else in Britain. What does it mean? The estate hosts the largest number of butterflies. More butterflies than anywhere else in Britain means the largest number of butterflies. Correct answer is butterflies. Now see that in one paragraph, 3 correct answers. 3 correct answers means 1 band more. Okay, now we go on. Questions 37 to 40. And they are also type A. Type A means questions and answers are in order. Question number 37. In the 5th paragraph, look, they are so good. They are telling us it's 5th paragraph. In the 5th paragraph, the writer points out that Burrell, that's it. Now we will go to 5th paragraph. Writer points out something about Burrell. So let's go to 5th paragraph and Burrell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's the title page, last paragraph. So for Burrell, rewilding has been a pragmatic way to revive the struggling family farm. Ecotourism there makes as much profit as his conventional farm did. Ecotourism is when people come to see the butterflies, people come to see different species of animals and plants in their natural habitat. Like people go to Africa to see the zebras in their natural habitat, elephants and all that. So they say ecotourism there makes as much profit as his conventional farm did. Okay, so we come back. Ecotourism makes as much profit as his conventional farm did. Option A. Burrell had clear financial reasons for rewilding his farm. Option B. Burrell is worried that his land now looks extremely untidy. No. Option C. Burrell has considerably increased the money he makes from his farm. Option D. Burrell was initially guided by other people who had let their land go wild. Not mentioned. Correct answer is A. Burrell had clear financial reasons for rewilding his farm. And what is clear financial reason? Ecotourism there makes as much profit as his conventional farm did. So that is the clear financial reason for doing it. So question number 37, correct answer is A. No, because it is about considerably increase the money. They did not mention about increase of money or decrease of money. They only said he made as much profit as he did from his farming. Question number 38, what does Helmer say about young people and the land? Now Helmer is our clue word, young people and the land. We go back, we look for Helmer. Look for Helmer. Very good. Second page, 3rd paragraph. And you will find Helmer there. Okay, second page, second paragraph. Yeah, we've got the word water Helmer. Now the question is, what does Helmer say about young people? Now you need to find connection of Helmer with young people. So you will find it second page, third paragraph. Can you see the word Dutch students? And can you see Helmer again? Okay, now look here. I mean, you found Helmer, but you need to see in which context Helmer is talking. In this second paragraph, there is no connection of Helmer with young people. Young people will come in the third paragraph. So please, let's read from there. I'm reading it from fourth line. Okay, it's the second page, last paragraph on the left side, fourth line. Or third paragraph. When he asks Dutch students, now Dutch students are young people, who wants to farm? None raise their hands. Now he asked people, young people, who wants to farm? None raise their hand. They have a completely different relationship to nature, to their parents or grandparents. What does it mean? The young people have changed their mind. He said, who wants to do farming? Nobody raised hand. Right? And then he says, none raise their hands. They have a completely different relationship to nature, to their parents or grandparents. Now, let's come back. What does Helmer say about young people and the land? Option A, they want to leave it and find work in the city. Not at all. Option B, many want to take over running their families' farms. No, because they did not raise hand. Option C, they have developed new ways of interacting with it. See that? New ways of interacting. And what is for that? For new ways of interacting, they said they have a completely different relationship to nature, to their parents or grandparents. Now, different relationship means new way of interacting with it. Option D, many are interested in building businesses on farmland. Not mentioned at all. So correct answer is option C, they have developed new ways of interacting with it. Question number 39, Ted Green is particularly concerned that. Now we will find Ted Green and we will see particularly concerned. Okay, so Ted Green is in the second last paragraph. Can you see third line, second last paragraph of the passage? Ted Green. Now the question is, Ted Green is particularly concerned that. I'm reading third line. Ted Green, founder president of Ancient Tree Forum, believes that intensive farming can worsen flash flooding and cause fertile earth to be swept down drive and out sea. The land may belong to the landowners, but the soil must belong to the nation, says Green. Now, what is he focused? What is he worried about? He's concerned. He says, believes that intensive farming can worsen flash flooding and cause fertile earths to be swept. Have you noticed whenever there is flood? So flood takes away the upper part or the fertile land with it. Like it is swept. पानी के साथ ज़मीन भी बह जाती है. And the upper top part is fertile land. So he is worried that it can worsen flash flooding and cause fertile earths to be swept downriver and out to sea. So fertile earth will be swept with the water and it will go down the river and then to the sea. Now we come back. Ted Green is particularly concerned that option A, there are increasing problems with water pollution. He did not mention water pollution. Option B, money needs to be invested to create more dams. Not at all. Option C, modern agricultural methods mean rain washes away productive soil. Rain means flooding. Washes away means that flash. He used the word flash flooding. Exactly. So correct answer is C. Option D, more barriers are needed to prevent rivers flooding domestic homes. He did not mention that. So correct answer is modern agricultural methods mean rain washes away productive soil. Question number 40, in the last paragraph or final paragraph, what point is made about rewilding? So last paragraph and rewilding. Can you see fourth line inverted commas? If rewilding. Now this is the point he's making. Now let's read it carefully. If rewilding really takes off, there is a risk people will say, oh, we don't have to do any of that old stuff. What is old stuff? Farming. Okay, so he says if rewilding really takes off, take off mean if it becomes popular. When something takes off, it becomes popular. So if rewilding, you know what rewilding is, by the way, okay? If rewilding really takes off, there is a risk people will say, oh, we don't want to do any of that old stuff, says Matt Shatlow. Now, let's come back. In the final paragraph, what point is made about rewilding? Option A, it will be very difficult to organize efficiently in large expanse of countryside. Yes or no? No. Option B, it may attract so much public interest that smaller projects get forgotten. Option C, it has caused problems for certain types of animals and insects. Not at all. Option D, it may be a trend that will lose its popularity quite quickly. They did not mention that this trend will lose popularity quite quickly. Correct answer is option B. It may attract so much public interest that smaller projects get forgotten. Come back. If rewilding really takes off, there is a risk people will say, oh, we don't have to do any of that old stuff. Old stuff means smaller projects, okay? And we don't have to do that means it may attract so much public interest that smaller projects get forgotten. Get forgotten means we don't want to do any old stuff. Old stuff means farming, and for farming they use the word smaller projects. Correct answer is option B. Okay, now finally we come to questions 31 to 36, and you can see there are 6 questions and how many options? 7 options. What does it mean? It means one option is extra, and it also means if you may use one person twice as well. Okay, now there are 2 ways of doing it. Remember, questions and the passage, they are not in order, but the list of people, that is in order. Now I want you to look for Charlie Burrell. Charlie Burrell. First paragraph, 3rd line, Charlie Burrell is there. Okay, underline that or encircle it so that you could see it clearly. Then underline Leo Lenartz. Leo Lenartz. Leo Lenartz. Okay, 2nd paragraph, 4th last line, ecologist Leo Lenartz. And then they're using the last name, Lenartz. Look for George Monbiot. George Monbiot. 3rd paragraph, 3rd line, George Monbiot. Can you see all these names are in order? Then look for France Vera. France Vera. Same paragraph, 6th last line. France Vera. Found it? Okay. Then look for David Balheri. David Balheri. Good. 4th paragraph, 4th line, but David Balheri. Then we have Wouter Helmer. Wouter Helmer. Okay, 2nd page, 2nd paragraph, you can see the word Wouter Helmer. And then even the next paragraph also contains the word Helmer. Remember, they use the last name. Wouter Helmer, they will use the word Helmer. Helmer said, and all that. Next we have Aline. Look for Aline. Aline is like a horror movie character. Aline. Well done. 3rd last paragraph of the passage. 2nd page, 3rd last paragraph, we have the word Aline. Now these are the locations of your answer. One way is you read about one person and look for his statement. Then you read about 2nd person, look for his statement, and this is how you can find the answer. One method is this. 2nd method is this. You read all the questions, right, and retain them. And after reading the questions, you go back and see which question matches with the 1st name, 2nd name, 3rd name, and all that. In both ways, it is confusing. Anyways, let's get started. What we are going to do, we are going to look for this 1st name, Charlie Burrell. All right, Burrell. So we have Charlie Burrell. Now listen, two things. One is inverted commas because you need to look for their statements. So statements are given in inverted commas. And the second thing is Burrell says, Burrell argues, Burrell highlights, Burrell asserts, or anything like that. Now when you come here, Charlie Burrell, first paragraph, can you see his statement? Huh? Charlie Burrell, first paragraph, can you see his statement? No. Now, where else they talk about Burrell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th paragraph, same page for Burrell. Found it? And we already answered question number 37 here. Okay? Now, look for Burrell somewhere else. Look for Burrell. Burrell says, inverted commas, and all that. Second page, first paragraph. In the middle, you can see says Burrell. Now, this is where his statement is. So, first you find the name, then you see where is the statement. Statement will come with inverted commas or with he says, he argues. Now, you can see both things here. Now, I'm going to read this from fourth line. It takes a new eye. Found it? Let's read from here. It takes a new eye to look at this and say, that's beautiful, rather than go, that's just a real mess, says Burrell. Other farmers, now again inverted commas, other farmers may have a moral attitude towards it too. Now what is moral attitude? Why are you stopping food production? Many criticize rewilding for abandoning productive farmland when the world's population is growing. So Burrell says they have moral issues that we are rewilding, but we need more food. People are getting hungry and all that. Now please come back and we see if there is any question that matches with that. Question number 31. Some people are against rewilding as it reduces the amount of crops that could provide much needed nourishment. Does it ring a bell? Some people are against rewilding. Please come back. He says other farmers may have a moral attitude. It means they are against rewilding towards it. It means rewilding. Why are you stopping food production? Many criticize rewilding for abandoning productive farmland when the world's population is growing. So that is question number 31. Some people are against rewilding as it reduces the amount of crops that could provide much needed nourishment. For much needed nourishment, they use the word, they use this word here. Yes, the world's population is growing and we need productive farmland and all that. So question number 31, correct answer is option A. Now we go on, option B, Leo. Look for Leo. Where is Leo? Second paragraph. Now we are going to look for his statement. Exactly, second paragraph, and we are going to see where do they talk about Leo's statement. All right, yes, we've got this Leo and his statement. So please come to second paragraph. Leo Lenartz told a rewilding conference, Lenartz says, now this is important, Lenartz says that many Dutch objected to nature development 30 years ago, but rewilding principles are now mainstream. Now mainstream means now they are popular. 30 years ago, people were against it. Got the point? Just read again. Okay, Lenartz says that many Dutch objected to nature development. Nature development means rewilding. They objected 30 years ago, but rewilding principles are now mainstream. Now they are becoming popular. So let's come back. Question number 32. It may not be easy to get city residents to take part in rewilding. No. 33. Rewilding does not necessarily lead to landscape thickly covered in trees. No. Question number 34. It is acceptable to turn fields which do not yield many crops into natural spaces for people to enjoy. No. 35. Support of people living in the area is needed to make the authorities take rewilding seriously. Authorities means government. 36. There is evidence that people get used to the idea of rewilding with time. With time means 30 years ago they objected and now they are getting used to it. So question number 36, correct answer is B. Now please cross number 36 as well. Number 31 and number 36. Okay, now we have option C, George Monbiot. So where is George Monbiot? It's the third paragraph. Okay, please come to George Monbiot. Writer and environmental activist George Monbiot is popularly seen to seek the return of large carnivores, bears, wolves, and lynx. In practice, it is returning more modest herbivores like ponies and deer to the countryside. For decades, ecologists believe that the end. Do we have any statement? We don't. So we need to miss him. Got the point? There is no statement. And can you see George Monbiot elsewhere? George Monbiot in any other paragraph? No. Okay, so we don't have any statement. We will miss George Monbiot. Now we come to Franz Vera. Can you see Franz Vera after George Monbiot? Okay, now his statement is given before and name is mentioned in the end. This is very common. First they will give all the statement, at the end they mention the name. I'm reading it from For Decades. Same paragraph, third paragraph, title page. For decades, ecologists believed the end result of allowing a landscape to run wild would be dense forest and a mass extinction of sun-loving wildflowers and butterflies. But this belief has been demolished by Dutch ecologist Franz Vera. So what was the belief? For decades, ecologists believed the end result of allowing a landscape to run wild would be dense forest and a mass extinction of sun-loving wildflowers and butterflies. But this belief has been demolished by Dutch ecologist Franz Vera. Now please come back. Question number 32. It may not be easy to get city residents to take part. No. Question number 33. Rewilding does not necessarily lead to a landscape thickly covered in trees. Let's go back. For decades, ecologists believed the end result of allowing a landscape to run wild would be dense forest. Exactly. What do they mean by dense forest? Thickly covered with trees. Okay, so he actually, what did he do? He demolished that idea. But this belief has been demolished by Franz Vera. So that is 33. Rewilding does not necessarily lead to a landscape thickly covered in trees. That was demolished by Franz Vera. Correct answer is option D. Got the point? Like before that, ecologists believed that, but he actually broke that. All right, let's go on. After Franz Vera, what do we have? David Balhary. Now we go to David Balhary. Where is David Balhary? Fourth paragraph. Title page, fourth paragraph. I'm reading it from fourth line. But David Balhary, former Scotland Director of Rewilding Britain, cautions that rewilding in Scotland will only be championed means successful, by policymakers. Policymakers means government. We read it somewhere, authorities. By policymakers and politicians when it is led by local communities. Policymakers and politicians. Well done. The support of people living in the area is needed to make the authorities take rewilding seriously. Question number 35. Correct answer is E. Now, how many questions are left? 2. 32 and 34. And how many people are left? 2. So we are going on the right track. Next is Wouter Helmer. Let's go back. Wouter Helmer. Second page, second paragraph, and we have Wouter Helmer. Director of Rewilding Europe sees no conflict between food production and rewilding. He says there is no conflict. I mean, it will not affect one another. Europe is heading to a future of food produced more intensively in fewer areas, releasing less productive land for rewilding. He says farming is being done by fewer and fewer farmers on a large scale on the best soils. They leave the less profitable lands to become adventure land for an increasingly urban population. Urban population means city people. So they are turning their farmhouses into this, rewilding, and then adventure land for increasing urban population. Question number 32. It may not be easy to get city residents to take part in rewilding. No. Question number 34. It is acceptable to turn fields which do not yield many crops into natural spaces for people to enjoy. Exactly. That is the right answer, 34. Correct answer is F, Wouter Helmer for 34. As he mentioned, they leave the less profitable lands to become adventure land for an increasingly urban population. Now, we are left with Aline and question number 32. Let's come back. Aline. Second page, fourth paragraph. The challenge is how to make rewilding an issue that people in their ordinary lives can take action on. Now, people should take an action. So, what is the difficulty? Difficulty is how to make rewilding an issue that people in their ordinary life can take action on, says Aline Gilligan. So, question number 32. It may not be easy. What is may not be easy? Challenge. To get city residents to take part in rewilding. He said the challenge is how to make rewilding an issue that people in their ordinary lives can take action. Take action means take part. So question number 32, correct answer is option G. That is left. Okay, it's all done.